Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Box of Roses Wrestling Podcast. My name is Xander Rose, and today I have a special buddy with me, my pal, my wrestling best friend, mate, Mr. Chris Zorba. Mr. Oppa, how you going, buddy?
Opa, how you going, mate? What's happening?
Good, mate, good. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. Been a long time, man.
Mate, how you been?
Yeah, all right. What do you do, man? Just locked down, stuck at home. That's all you can do. Just can't go anywhere.
Yeah, you been working out at home or keeping fit?
If you call and getting up from the lounge, going to the kitchen, going back down to the lounge. That's one squat, one push up. Yeah, one sit up.
Yeah, that's good. That's all right.
What, what about you? What about you?
Mate, yeah, I've just been walking, every day for I don't know about trying to do about 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's not that much, but it's something, eh?
yeah. No, it's still good, man. No, we just went for a walk as well with the wife and kids, and yeah, that's all you can do, man. And I got a little actually. To tell you the truth, I got a little bit of a gym set up here at home in the garage, and
Wow,
yeah, we just use a cross trainer for a bit and do some good old squats and push ups, and that's it. That's the old wrestling thing that Volks told me about. So yeah,
good old Vulcan. Yeah, that's great.
that's it. That's it.
Well, mate, look, I've got you on here because you are one of my dear friends and someone who, I really became very close to when we were wrestling together.
hmm
Um, when did you start watching wrestling, buddy?
Man, I was probably from my first memory. I reckon I was probably about 5. We used to go to one of our family friends' house, and all the parents would be sitting there, playing cards, whatever, hanging out, and all the other kids would be outside on the trampoline jumping around. And I remember WWF was on, so I used to be the only kid inside watching WWF while I was on their TV back in the old school tube TVs with Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. So yeah, that's the memories I had. So I used to sit there eating popcorn and watching. My favorite was back then Junkyard Dog. So I
Oh, the
used
old
to love it,
junkyard.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
back then.
nice.
I don't know too much about him now, but they're the matches I grew up watching.
No, fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were younger?
Well, I was a big WCW fan. So growing up, high school time, it was Sting. It was my all time favorite. Just
How
the
good
Crow
Sting, eh?
Sting though. Had to be the Crow Sting or the NWO Wolfpack Sting.
The tomato sauce
That's the
face
one.
paint.
Yeah. I used to have a poster of it and everything, man. I used to love Sting. He was
Do you
my
know?
favorite.
He was honestly too. I was a big WCW Nitro head, but he was my favorite. Like he was the one that really coming down from the rafters and that. It was like wow.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah, yeah,
I was so happy when he actually joined the NWO Wolfpack. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
but then afterwards, it sort of fizzled out a little bit. The whole red
yeah.
face paint and
WCW
that.
it died down as well, and yeah,
Yeah,
but he's always been my favorite, man. Just the Scorpion Death Drop and he's
yeah,
what do you
good.
call it? What's that move called that he had? The Scorpion Death Lock.
The Deathlock,
Just
yeah. The
yeah.
Stinger
Well, it's
Splash,
sort of
they
like a
call it.
sharpshooter, pretty much a stinger splash, all those sort of moves. And another thing is we shared the same birthday. So as soon as I figured that out, I'm like, far out. That's it, man. He's my favorite.
Did you know? Because you just told me that you don't really watch wrestling, but did you know that he's in AEW now?
Yeah, I've seen the post. I don't watch wrestling all that much nowadays, but yeah, I've seen a few posts here and there on Facebook and stuff like that. I'm like, that's actually pretty cool that he's back.
You know
It's
how
good to
old he
see him
is?
still out there. No, how old is he now?
He's 62 years of age, mate.
62, fine. He's still going. Still looks good.
Yeah, well, he's actually he's with a wrestler, Darby Allen. He's with him at ringside, so he's
Okay.
helping him out a little bit, and he's in the rafters. And that Darby Allen is I wouldn't say similar to Sting, but he's got like half his face painted, and they're in the rafters
I think I've seen a
together.
picture of him. Yeah, I've never seen him wrestle, but I've seen pictures of him and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
Darby Allen.
no, it's pretty cool to see Sting still there, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure that this week at AEW Dynamite, or is it Rampage? No, I think it's Dynamite. He's going to be wrestling tag team with Darby Allin against this other tag team called 2.0. So he's actually going to go big in the ring. Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's amazing stuff.
That's pretty good, man, at that age. And considering he got injured just before he left WWE as well, which that put a damper on him. Like, man, it was good to see him back in the ring versus Triple H, and then Seth Rollins bloody killed it.
I know he injured him, but I was upset the way, like when he versed Triple H at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
like I would have liked him to get the win there, Sting. Like, you know,
it would have been nice. Yeah.
You know, he was like a jobber. He went over there and he was just a jobber. Like, I don't know, someone like, I don't know, just sort of breaks my heart a little bit because I love him. You know,
it does, man. He's got he had a good career and everything like that. He was one of the main guys in WCW. So, you know, it's a shame that they could have kept his career going. It could have made him like another big guy at WWE, even though he's one of the old guys. Still, you know, he could have kept on going. He looked just as good as like when Goldberg came back and everything. So,
oh please, let's not talk about Goldberg. Oh my god,
hey, he was one of my other favorites, man. That dog, the Goldberg. I know he can't wrestle, but
like,
man, it was just like, it was just a beast coming out. You know, when you see his music, and I used to love seeing Goldberg.
Look, I did like that. No, what do you want to do? What do you want me to say? Like,
hey, mate, you're going to hate my other wrestler that I used to like as well, but this was because my other mate liked him. Buff Bagwell. He was another guy I used to love. I used to love his little gimmick that used to come out thinking he was all, you know, buff his stuff.
I didn't mind that either.
Gimmick too.
I didn't mind it, to be honest. I didn't mind it.
Okay. But yeah, Buff was another one of my favorites back in the WCW days.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind his little character that he had there. Like, you know, it was pretty cool. It was something different. And I think it worked well with the NWO as well at the time.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, he was actually in an accident or something, yeah?
I heard.
And he actually wrestles, I think, he still does a little bit of the indie stuff.
Yeah.
And he was in the ring and that, and obviously, he can't move the way he used to move, and I don't know, it was a little bit weird. But you know, I wish him all the best anyway. But yeah. So if there was one wrestler in your past or present that you could wrestle, or in the past or present that you could wrestle, who would it be, and why would you want to wrestle him?
Man, that's a pretty hard one because there's so many guys that you sort of like would love to get in the ring with. Like not to mention Sting again, but Sting's probably one of the main ones. But it would be awesome to get in there, just even with the big guys from WWE, you know, which is like Stone Cold or even The Rock or Triple H.
Or even Lee Monroe.
Or Lee Monroe, yeah. No, you want to give me that guy. Nah, he's all right. Nah, I love Lee. But you know, there's a whole bunch of guys I'd love to get in the ring with. But let's
just go back to Lee Monroe for a second. I mean, what an absolute tool bag that guy is. Do you know what I mean?
In the ring, he is, yeah. He does his stick well. Like he's got a good gimmick, and he puts it on well. You know, but what do they say? You got to live the gimmick. He lives the gimmick. That's one thing that he does. He lives the gimmick. But
do you know what? Honestly, I love that guy. I do love that guy, and he does live the gimmick. But he's a crack up. And look, Lee, if you are listening, mate. Lee, if you're listening, you are a tosser. All right, no one likes you. All right, that's not from me, mate. That's from Vulcan.
Inside the ring, he's good to work with because he's one of those guys again that his character people hate him. So which helps me as being the face, like the good guy. That helps me out heaps. Exactly.
Get over,
yeah. So all it takes is for him to stick his little finger up at people, and people hate that, you know. But yeah, he's a tosser.
No, can I tell you something honest? Like, I remember when I had my first match against Ozturk, and I remember I was just behind the curtain and about to come out, and he actually come up to me and he's like, "Dude, you're gonna smash this," and I'll just never forget that, you know. Like, it was just
he's behind the scenes. He's a top guy. He keeps. I remember every match. My gimmick was I used to hate wrestling. behind the scenes that everyone knew. You know what I mean? That was my gimmick. I hated wrestling. So, and then he used to come up to me every match, man, don't worry about it. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. He'd come and hug me. You'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. So behind the scenes, he's a top character. He's probably going to kid his gimmick now. People are going to hate me, but he's a nice guy. He's, he looks after you at the back, and, he's very caring, which is nice.
Do you know what as well? He actually gave me some moves too. A couple of little ripper moves there. And I'll never forget, always ideas. Maybe you should do this, and maybe your character is this. Okay, no worries. Then maybe your moveset should be like this, and maybe you could do this and sell like this. Or so he really did help me, man. And you know what? Honestly, I still have him as one of my good friends. Because he's a top guy.
Yeah. Well, he gave me a lot of my moves, my finishes, and my kicks and stuff like that. It was his suggestions, going, you should try this and try this, and the upper kicks, sort of his idea, and he got me a lot of things, and he tried to, like, every time we'd go, I'm breaking any rules now, but at training we'd talk about stuff and we'd go through stuff, and he'd throw a lot of suggestions out there, which helped a lot.
We can break kayfabe here, mate. It's all good.
All right. Okay. All right. No worries.
Yeah. So,
hey, next show, if you ever see Lee Monroe, he does this move called the Lee Monroe, and he does the elbow drop. That's the upper elbow. I gave him that one. I said, you can take it, mate.
So going back to the question, so who was, one of the wrestlers that you'd like to wrestle? Like a dream match.
Dream match. You know what? I'm probably going to say I'd love to get in the ring with. I'll probably say The Rock or someone, man. Someone like him. I love this character, and again, he's another where it's just exciting to watch. And I remember actually watching Stone Cold versus The Rock. I watched it with my kids actually, and they were on the edge of their seats. No joke. Going back and forth between them trying to do the stunner to the rock bottom, to the stunner to the rock bottom, then one tries to do the other one's finisher. So excitement in the ring is what you want. So I'd probably say Rock is probably up there with my favorite that I'll actually like a dream match.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I like The Rock. I mean, you can't go past The Rock and Stone Cold. I mean, their pops they used to get when they used to come out was just ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just even their music from the moment they come through the curtain. It's just unbelievable. Imagine having that excitement through one of your matches where people just popped as soon as they heard your music.
It's a bit like your Bertolini house.
Yeah, well, that's it. As soon as the opera goes off, it's exactly the same, man. It's like putting it, me and The Rock up there. Right, then
so when and where did you start wrestling?
I started, when was it? Probably I think it was about 5 years ago. I attended one of the local wrestling shows, and I emailed the page going, because I wanted to do wrestling for years. I wanted to just train or do something involved, and I've loved wrestling for years, right? And one day I was just walking up the road. I was having a lunch break at work, and I saw a poster for one of the local wrestling shows, and I go, oh, sweet, I might go to this. And I went, and I emailed the page, and I didn't hear back. I'm like, okay, then obviously nothing's going to happen. And they finally got back to me, and they go, come to Vulcans at Menai and come and have a look to see if you want to join the school. So, 5 years, and I went. I watched the guys in the ring. I went, no way, this is no way I can do this. I went for my mate. I remember sitting there next to Vulcan, and he goes, do you love it, man? I'm like, man, it looks good, but I can't do a front flip. No way. No chance in hell. And I was 150 kilos then as well. So I was a big boy. Still am, but not that big. So I was sitting there. I said to my mate, no way I can do this. No way. And then, 5 years later, I kept on going. Loved it more and more, and learned a lot. And just, enjoyed it. Lost weight. Lost about 30 kilos doing it. And, just kept on going back.
And you really became like a fan favorite there at the Greek venues, to be honest. I remember watching, and mate, you used to get, honestly, a really good pop there from the crowd.
Thanks, man. Like
So
you and me both, mate. That's it. They loved us, so that's what that's what you want from the crowd. You want them to love you and hate the other guy.
yeah,
You don't want to go out there to silence. It's the worst thing.
yeah, so I mean, it did work. The upper gimmick and the whole Greek thing definitely worked, and the crowd got behind you,
Yeah,
and you
it
know,
even helped. It even helped. Like I know not everyone was Greek there. All it takes is that Oppa chant to you say Oppa, Oppa, and then one person joins along, then the next person, and then the whole crowd. You got the whole crowd yelling Oppa because they all know it's a celebration sort of sound. So you can get everyone involved.
yeah, that's right. No, it was like I said, mate. The vibe, the vibe at VCW. I remember there just watching when I wasn't a part of it. I was just watching, and I'm going, man, like I just couldn't believe, like like a small little club with these a couple little Aussie wrestlers, and the crowd just pumping, like, and I'm going, you know what, I want to be involved in this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was something where I just enjoyed. I enjoyed the boys and that, but I just enjoyed like everything about it, the wrestling, the entertainment that was behind there too. Like you just felt like you're a part of a family there,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
I'll never
It's true.
forget that. I'll never forget that, ever. But yeah, it is a special place at Vulcans there. I've got to be fair. It is fantastic there, and the boys are,
Yeah,
are very good. But I mean, what was it like having Vulcan as a wrestling coach anyway?
yeah. Volk was good. Like, um, sometimes it's hard to understand when he's saying, okay, you're going to go in there, you're going to go look up, and you're going to go throw in, and then bam, bam, bam. Like, what the hell did he just say? I have no idea. And then as soon as you do something wrong, what are you doing? What was that? So you have to talk about it 15 times before you actually get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like once you get it, he's a good coach. He knows his stuff. He knows how to teach people. And obviously we had Villa as a coach too, which helped a lot, and he knew a lot of things. Again, which helped.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it was a good place to train at Vulcans. I enjoyed it. If I didn't enjoy, I wouldn't go there for 5 years. Learn a lot. It's good exercise as well. And I still go back there till now. I can't, but I still go back there for the gym too. So even though I've pretty much stopped wrestling for a bit, um, it's still a good place to hang out, and I still hang around with the guys there. So, and Vulcan's still a top bloke. He calls me up nearly every day still.
Yeah, he
So
is.
he's
He's
a
a really
good
nice
coach. He
guy.
looks after you and everything. So can't say anything bad about him.
He's good, and you know what too? Villa was good too.
Yeah,
Taking over there. I learned a lot from Villa, and he would take the time in sort of, showing you the moves, and he even wouldn't mind like staying back, and like if I said to him, look, dude, I got an issue with this move and I can't do it. I just want to practice till I get it right. He's like, yeah, no worries, man. We can practice beforehand or after,
yep.
and he was really good like that,
It
I
was
think a lot
pretty
of the
easy
boys
as well.
learned a
Like
lot.
towards the end, like as you get older, you think a lot more as well. So you overthink things, and you're like, I don't want to do this. I'm a bit scared doing this, and you'd be like, okay, no, don't do it then. That's it. So which was pretty good. Where he encouraged you to try and do it as well, and you're like,
Yeah.
man, I can't do it, and he would try and help you. And yeah, Villa's a good coach. Can't say anything bad about Villa either. Yeah, so it was good learning. It was good learning off him as well.
The other thing is
And
too, I haven't spoken
Villa
to him.
for the people listening is Darius Vega.
Oh yeah, Mr. Vega, Darius, Mr. He's a young lion.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He's enjoying his time in New Zealand now for
So
his
tell me, because
freedom.
I haven't spoken to him for a while,
Yeah.
and I actually want to get him on. But just tell me, yeah, what's happened with him? Like he's in New Zealand now. What's the
Yeah,
go?
yeah. He's over at the Farley Dojo training over there at the moment, and yeah, he's sent us a few pics and stuff like that. I think they're filming some stuff there as well. He seems to be enjoying it. That's obviously his passion. So he's dying to get over to Japan, and that's probably one big hurdle towards it. Like he's already wrestled, I think a New Japan show in Melbourne from memory.
Yes.
So he's done all right previously in the past. So obviously Farley respects him and likes him. And yeah, so he seems like he's loving it over there at the moment. and he's got his freedom as well, where they can go anywhere they want. So he's loving life at the moment.
No, that's fantastic. So for yourself, I mean, you talk about highlights in your wrestling career. What's some of your favorite moments, or one in particular, or?
Oh, mate, there's this one. Just tagging with you, of course. Nah, that was bad. I swear, I wish we could have gone further, man. But you never say never, huh?
Hey, never, ever say never. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, what was your highlight of your career?
You know, probably the first thing that comes to mind, no joke, was me and Lee Monroe opened the first VCW show and were the first match. So VCW just started. Was it Stanmore Stampede 1? I can't remember how long ago, but it was a long time ago. And yeah, me and Lee opened the show, and I won. So that's my highlight. That's my favorite highlight of everything. And it was like 300 people there or something, and yeah, the whole crowd was behind me, from the upper kicks, like everything. It was a good match. I was heaps happy with it.
Yeah, that's my
highlight. Yeah, the Cypress Club in Stanmore. So I had like 15 people there, or 20 people there in the audience, just from my family and friends. But then the rest would the crowd was way behind me, which was good. So, you know, that was probably my biggest highlight. And of course, winning. And I rolled out of that ring and I went into the crowd, and I can see my dad in there, but there was like, 10 people that got up and hugged me at once. So it was, that's my highlight.
Beautiful.
Good highlight to have, man. And the match was unreal. So I was happy with the match, and yeah.
No, good. So obviously, I know you've had some injuries, especially at a tag match. But I mean, any other like really big injury, or just tell us about your injuries in general for your wrestling career.
You got a list? Far out, mate. I've had, most of them occurred at training. Only a couple have occurred during matches. It's not that long, but so worst one is a broken hand. And then the last one was a fractured rib. I've torn, both my shoulder, I don't know what they're called, but my shoulders have got tears in them. I hyperextended my knee as well. That's another one. All from just doing crap, man. It's just mucking around, or just even just training in general. The breaking the hand one was funny. That was saying goodbye to all the boys in the ring. Go, all right, boys, I'm going home. And then someone grabbed me and goes, get out, and went to throw me. And as I went to get thrown over, I went to grab the rope to get out, and my finger just went bang the other way. And I heard a crack and a pop, and that was it.
And you copped a couple of concussions, or one concussion, or?
Yeah, just one main one, which, huh? What was that?
Actually, hang on. I think that concussion was, I know what it was too. That was Hudson Hulk.
It was Hudson Hulk, mate. It was Hudson Hulk.
He's nuts in your face.
It's a concussion, they call it. So, yeah, that was so we're doing a trial thing where we feel a lot of times where someone throws you in and they say, okay, duck clothesline, duck elbow, pass by, like move out of the way, leapfrog. And I told Hudson, I go, can you leapfrog? Yeah, man, as long as you can duck, I'll jump, man. I'm like, are you sure you can jump that high though? I can duck, no problem. Yeah, man, no worries. Throws me in, first jump, leapfrog, straight to the balls. Yeah, that was, I felt everything. I felt his bones because I was running as fast as I can, and I just, straight into Hudson. I've never been closer to the guy.
Yeah, his big bones.
Yeah, mate. Oh, mate, I can tell you that. Far out. My head knows it.
Mate, he's a big boy. Hey.
Yeah. Again, he's another guy. I still talk to Hudson. He's another guy I really love and respect out of the boys. And yeah, we actually talk online and stuff like that a lot of times, and we still keep in touch. And yeah, I've just never been closer to the guy. I don't want to get that close to him ever again.
Hey, tell me, he was in that show as well, Young Rock.
Young Rock, yeah. He featured in a couple of episodes there as Rocky Maivia.
Peter Maivia.
Peter Maivia, Peter Maivia, the
That's right. His grandfather,
chief,
Rock's
the
grandfather, the
grandfather.
chief.
So he
Correct.
had a few lines in there, and yeah,
Hmm.
so he's actually, I think, oh, actually, no, yeah, we'll leave it at that because I don't know how fresh to say anymore. But I think he's getting called for a second season, so
Oh,
got
nice.
renewed.
Good stuff.
So he
Good
might be going
stuff.
back again.
Oh, good stuff. So as far as like goals for you in the future for VCW, you got any aspirations, things that any regrets,
Things that I'm
anything
looking
that
for,
you?
yeah. Well, because I'm pretty much retired at the moment, so I'm not getting back in the ring. I didn't get in last two shows that we had. I was just been doing stuff on the side for VCW, behind the scenes. But my main goal, like I know I'm not going to get the VCW championship, but I'd love to get my hands on the tag championship. Xander.
Yeah, look, I tell you,
I
we,
don't.
we
I don't
probably
think
got to.
I don't think my old tag team partner's ever going to come back ever again. So, mate, so I'm leaving it. I'm leaving the door open to you,
Oh, mate, look, uh, yeah,
unless Hudson and Prolific want to be like the what are they, the New Day. I'll be I'll be a honorary Polynesian for the day. So we
no,
can share the title. We can share the title. Then I'll get my hands on the title for sure.
you know what? Like it does sound tasty. Let me tell you, I'd love to
You
get
know
those
what?
titles.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice to get back in the ring, but I don't want to take them off Hudson and Prolific, so I'll wait till someone else takes them off them, and then I'll get in the ring. Because you know what it is. One of my other highlights, I should say, is getting in the ring with what do you call it, Mike Valuable.
Oh yeah,
So he's another guy. Actually, I was an honor to actually get in there. He's a guy that's been in the Aussie wrestling business for a long time, man. Um, and he's tagging with Johnny Starr at the moment. And again, Johnny is another guy I really respect and like. So if we were to get into the ring with them, would be great because they're pretty much one of the tag teams that I'm surprised they lost. They actually lost last show to Huts and Prolific, but
yeah. It didn't make sense to
I
me at all.
reckon,
But anyway,
yeah, I reckon they should be ones that should get the titles, and Huts should go for the VCW championship because that's vacant at the moment anyway.
yeah, Rusty had to go to UK. Yeah, that's another whole
Yeah,
thing.
so he's left the title vacant, and once everything goes back to normal, we're hoping, yeah, hopefully one of the guys gets to go for the title, and it'd be nice to actually see Huts maybe even verse Prolific for the title,
Yeah, well, that's
you
it.
know,
No, that'd be
and
unreal.
give the tag team titles a fresh new start. And
And
then me
you
and
took,
Xander Rose are
you took.
back.
Well, that's it. Yeah, we might as well take. We might as well take the tag gold.
Yeah,
Why
we were
not?
just
Hey,
yeah, we were just here. Maybe
but
put
honestly,
put the
no, but
Turks and us
honestly,
back in.
Johnny Starr and Mike Valuable, they're another two guys that like helped me heaps,
Yeah,
heaps.
yeah, they know a lot too, man.
Oh, they knew a lot, and you know what? They would even, watch my matches and review my matches and tell me what I could have done better, and so they really helped me heaps. And I'm actually spewing because I wanted to wrestle Mike Valuable, but with
Yeah,
Johnny Starr, he was basically supposed to be my first match. And I just, yeah, something happened. I'm not sure. He was working for another company at the time as well. But yeah, that didn't go through. I was actually really spewing about it. But I still love that guy, man. He's
yeah,
unreal. And I'll never
yeah,
forget, even from the first time I got there, he was. I mean, everyone was really friendly.
yeah,
Everyone was really friendly to me, but he was just like, mate, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Look, mate, if you don't feel comfortable doing, if you don't want to do, yeah, it's okay. Like, he was just really, and if I did something good, mate, that looked unreal, he would record things for me so I could see it, back.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And like,
No,
you know, I'm not
everyone there was really nice, and yeah, those two guys, they know a lot, and they taught me quite a bit too. Like when Villa went to New Zealand the first time round, Johnny Starr and stuff, he came back to training for a bit, and got back in the ring and taught some of the boys some new stuff, and taught me some stuff, and they both came and trained at the ring as well. So it was good getting some knowledge off them as well. It's always you never stop learning. That's the thing with wrestling.
You don't. You don't. And the psychology part, that's where I learned a lot from those sort of guys. It's like, because, like as a wrestling fan, you just watch your favorite wrestlers go around, you know the moves and whatnot. But it's only when you start, wrestling and you go, wow, this isn't just about doing like a leg drop or a suplex. This is like, you've got to build your character and make yourself believable. And everything you do, has to be with purpose.
That's
as
it.
someone great once said to me, you got to pin with purpose. You got to make things. You got to be believable at what you do.
Yeah. See, I've got some good advice, eh? I'm joking.
No, that was actually Mike Valuable and Johnny Starr as well. They both said that to me.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I was doing a bit of sloppy, nonchalant covers, and they're like, "Dude, you've got to pin with purpose." So I never forget stuff like that.
Yeah. No, you gotta. There's a lot to know in wrestling. There's a lot. Like, not only do you have to know, like, how many moves, and then how many of the other person's moves that they're going to do to you, and not only that, you got to keep each other safe as well. And you don't want to hurt the other guy; they don't want to hurt you. And there's a million different things that you got to try and do and remember. And and sometimes if you get lost in the ring, and it's there's a lot to remember. It's hard work, but it's a lot of fun, especially if you love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, I mean, who is the nicest guy in VCW?
I don't know, man. They're all nice guys. Like, I can't really say a bad word about anyone. I don't really have anyone particular that I'd say they're the nicest guy. Everyone's really nice there. Like, as I said before, Lee Monroe, he's in the ring, hate him. Out of the ring, nicest guy. Then you got Tony Cruz, another guy in the ring, can't stand the guy because that's his gimmick, and he's got one of the. Well, I love his gimmick. Like, I'm a Tony Cruz mark, But behind the scenes, nicest guy. Like, probably he's up there with one of my favorites. Same again, Hudson Hulk. Love Hudson. Love Prolific. Probably one of the sweetest, nicest guys. Got to be Prince of Leon.
Yeah.
And even AK. He's another one in the ring. Can't stand him, but out of the ring, one of the nicest guys as well. They're all got their niceness about them. But yeah, probably one of the nicest fellows that doesn't say anything, doesn't harm anyone is Prince.
Yeah, Prince is a lovely guy, and that's another wrestler there I'm spewing that I never wrestled.
Which I got to wrestle his first match. Which that was another thing for me that I was actually happy to do that. And I remember telling him, going, "Man, you're gonna get nervous out there." Is Prince? No, man, I'm not gonna get nervous. I'm all right. And then that night he goes, "Yeah, I'm kind of nervous." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." That's on the night of the show. I was crapping myself, and Prince was like, "Yeah, man, it's all right. I'm pretty nervous." Oh, okay, no worries. But yeah, he's a good kid as well.
Yeah, he's so fit. He's so fit, man.
Yeah, I know. Me and him were training together just before this lockdown at the gym, doing weights. So we're getting trained by Hudson's brother Eddie, and he was doing some weights with us. And Prince is a machine, man. He can lift pretty big, pretty heavy for a smallish dude. And then he started putting up some size. Wow. But he's a good dude. But I got all love for everyone at VCW, man. It's just from even the Renegade, love the Renegade. So, but they're all nice guys. Had some new boys come along, and had some new boys coming along like Ollie, and he came and started his gimmick up. He loved it, and he's another nice guy. And Brendo, which is JSP, he's another nice guy that came in. Didn't get to training with these guys at all. Only Ollie to begin with, and then some accidents happened. I had to stop. So But yeah, I can't say a bad word about anyone at BCW, man. They're all been top guys and still are top guys that I still keep in touch with.
Yeah, I met Ollie as well, and JSP. I met both of them. I think I met Ollie twice.
Yeah,
And
it's like
JSP
it's like a family at VCW, man. Like everyone's very close, you know. So they're
he's
all
a really
nice
nice guy.
guys. Yeah. Again, another one is Sam. Like I mentioned, everyone pretty much. So Sam Stone, and again in the ring, his gimmick's like a full scary guy, and then behind the scenes, he's one of the nicest guys. They're very very nice people. The whole VCW crew.
If there was like a gentle giant, I mean, he dead set covers that, eh? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's like,
Until he snaps, and then he starts getting angry at you.
and then you just leave the ring and
You
pack your
just
bags.
leave the ring
it's
and
like, all right,
see you later, mate. You can take a seat, and I'll take a seat too.
my night is done.
That's it.
So obviously we're talking about, nice guys at VCW. Obviously we don't hate anybody in VCW, but I mean, the biggest grub or the most annoying person, who is it? Who is it?
Who do you think? Lee Monroe.
I'll tell you after you tell me.
Oh, Lee Monroe. It's Lee Monroe. In ring, biggest grub. But yeah, I can't say anything bad about anyone, man. I love everyone. But yeah, who's your biggest grub?
Grub. Look, I don't know. There's not really. I'd probably say Lee Monroe again, but I like Lee Monroe, but he is just that pest. You know what I mean? He's always in that gimmick every time you see him. He's like, dude, just go get a drink of water or something. Come back. Like he says, but you wouldn't have him any other way, And he is really. Once you get to know him, that's a thing too. A lot of people will say to me, well, when I say a lot of people, there's a few people that's come to me, he's a bit like, I don't know, he's a bit weird, he's a bit this. I go, but once you know him, you just know what type of character he is, and he's a sweetheart. We shouldn't be saying this because people are going to be going, hang on, isn't that Lee Monroe that, but no, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah. No, I like Lee. I've got nothing wrong with him, but yeah, in ring, he's a pain in the ass. And sometimes he's like, man, that's enough, Lee. Far out. But no, he's good. He's good. I can't complain about him. He's going to hear this.
And the other person you talked about too, but we're talking about in ring at VCW. Yeah. I mean, Tony Cruz.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Grub, bad.
Well, massive grub in the ring. But as in performer.
Yeah.
In the ring, he's, especially for the amount of time he's been doing it, he's definitely one of the best there. That's no doubt.
100%.
No doubt.
100%. Like when
and his character, oh my God, the way it's just, it's unreal. And I was actually very privileged to be in the ring with that guy. He made me look like $1 million.
Yeah, that helps a lot. That helps heaps, As I was saying before, like that you want the bad guy to make you look good. And he does that 110% because the crowd hate him from the moment he steps out, all cocky and just ignores the crowd and tells them to go away. He's got one of the best gimmicks out there. And even from his song, it's just gets you popping,
Mate, that's where I was going straight away. I mean, he's even nailed the theme song.
Yeah.
What was the theme song again? It was oh God.
What's the song again?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, but that one there, it's good that we're prepared, eh? But I mean, like it's a ripper theme song, and he plays it to the point, mate. He's unreal, and really good. Like if there's any young fellas out there, or people that just want to start into professional wrestling, you got any tips for them? Any advice?
Yeah, well, like if you love it, just go and do it, sort of thing. Like just if it's in your mind going, oh, I don't know if I should do it. If you really love it, just go trial it out. Doesn't hurt to trial it. Find a good school. Like I'm not just saying because I go there, but Vulcan's actually really good to try and learn, and the people are really good there. once we get out of this lockdown, I'd really highly recommend it, going there. And the thing is, when I first started, I was, as I said up before, like 150 kilos nearly. And the more stuff, like, I remember Hudson telling me this, right, when I first went to the school, saying with wrestling, the cardio is like doing it 20 million times more than on a treadmill, because it's nonstop. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. And I'm like, well, that's what I want. I don't want to do cardio. I hate the gym. But if you want to do wrestling, unfortunately, as much as you hate it, you got to go to the gym as well. Like, not to do. I'm not saying to do weights and stuff on a treadmill and stuff like that. But the more fitness that you have, the easier you'll make it in the ring. So whatever you can do, like, I'm still a big guy, because I love my food. Like, being Greek, who doesn't love a good gyros now and then? But yeah, it's just like you just try and keep yourself fit and do your sort of, like Volk used to tell us, push-ups and squats every day. 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 times. That helps. But just try and stay on top of your fitness. Because once you get in the ring, the last thing that you want is to get gassed out and dying in the first 5 minutes of a match. So yeah, I'd say just keep fit and just go do whatever cardio that you can behind the scenes, or whatever you can before you get in the ring and start actually training. Or do it at the same time and do that on the side, you know what I mean? So you need your cardio and fitness. Even though I was a big guy, I still went to the gym and did boxing lessons beforehand and my warm-ups, and then got in the ring and trained. It's a lot of hard work, but if you love it, you'll do it.
That's what I was going to say to you. I mean, the wrestling was Mondays and Wednesdays, the training, and also Saturdays. So in between, you'd either go earlier on Mondays or Wednesdays, a bit early, and do the boxing class as well.
Yep.
Or
correct.
then on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can go in there and do a bit of weights, a little bit of the treadmill and that. And then the Saturday was a big session, because it was like from 12 to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that was
like
long.
4 hours.
So, like, because I've got a family and stuff like that, it's hard to do the gym 5 days a week, especially with wrestling. So again, I used to go before wrestling started. I used to train. I used to go and warm up on the exercise bike, and then I would do the cross trainer for a bit, and then I'll do my boxing class, and then Bulk would get us to do push-ups and squats. You've been there when he did the deck of cards thing, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that was a killer and a half. And then we all got in the ring and trained for how many hours? For 4 or 5 hours, whatever it was. So you can see it's a lot of work, but we did it because we loved it, I used to go beforehand and what helped was having the ring at Vulcan's, and I used to sit there on the exercise bike, and Volk used to tell me, pedal as fast as you can for a minute, stop, pedal as fast as you can for a minute, and do that for 20 minutes. So I used to sit there, and my inspiration was looking at the ring, and I used to do that because I'm like, I want to get in there and actually do a match. So that was when I first started. And I used to go sit there on a cross trainer as fast as I can, go on that, and sit there watching the ring as I was doing it. And that motivated me to get into the ring even more. So yeah, just train as hard as you can. If you can, yeah, that's what I'd say. Just it's a hard work, but yeah, if you love it, just stick to it. And don't give it up. Don't give it up after. Like, when you get into, man, when you get into training, you're not going to get in there and start doing suplex and power bombs and jumping off the top rope. And, it's all about the basics first. And that's the foundation of wrestling, which is the headlocks and the headlock takedowns and all the basic stuff, So don't expect that you're going to do power bombs and suplexes first session. I've been doing it for 5 years. I've never taken a power bomb.
Yeah, that's it. Look, buddy, it's been absolutely fantastic having you on.
Yeah, same here, man. I enjoyed the talk. It was good.
And we're definitely going to have you on again, because
for sure,
you're just so interesting, and plus you're Greek. So we'll get you on. But mate, I just want to thank you very much for your time. And
thank you.
No problem.